Good morning. You are watching East News and I am your host Mutal Fizan. Let's begin to the 40 headlines of today. US consider major military escalation against Iran. We begin in the United States where officials are waiting a significant expansion of military involvement as tension with Iran continue to rise. Optional discussion reportedly include deploying thousands of additional troops, securing the strategic Strait of Hormuz, and even conducting limited operations inside Iran. Potential target maintained include the region of Kurg Island as well as sensitive nuclear facilities. The move signals a possible shift towards deeper engagement in the region, raising concern of broader conflict. Pentagon seeks over $200 billion to fund Iran war. Meanwhile, Pentagon is requesting more than $200 billion from Congress to sustain military operation linked to the Iran conflict. This marks a dramatic increase in defense spending as Early Coast has already spent $11 billion within just a first week of operation. Officials say the majority of funds will be allocated towards replenishing depleted weapons stockpiles and ramping up production following expensive use in recent strikes. Claims surface over Charlie Kirk's final remarks before death. In the United States, controversy is growing following claims made by Joe Kent regarding to the late Charlie Kirk. According to Kent, Kirk has urged restraint before his reported assassination, allegedly saying, "Stop us from getting into a war with Iran." Kent also claimed that Kirk was under significant pressure from pro-Israel donors in the lead-up to his death. This claim hasn't independently verified and likely to intensify political debate. Joe Kent alleges Israeli influence on US-Iran policy. In further remarks, Joe Kent suggests that decisions surrounding US action towards Iran was heavily influenced by Israel. He stated that Israeli interests playing a decisive role in shaping Washington's policy direction regarding the ongoing conflict with Iran. Oman criticized US role in Iran conflict. Diplomatic tensions are already rising as Badr al-Busaidi, the foreign minister of Oman, issued sharp criticism of US actions. He stated that America has lost control of its own foreign policy. Adding that this is not a true America's war, he further warned that the current tragedy is unlikely to deliver the outcomes either the United States or Israel expect. His remarks reflect growing concern across the region about the direction of conflict. Iran nuclear debate resumes after Tucker Carlson interview. A key question raised by Tucker Carlson focused on whether Iran has clause to developing nuclear weapons. Responding to the claim, Joe Kent stated that Iran wasn't on the verge of acquiring nuclear weapons, adding the situation has not changed since June. He also pointed a long-standing religious decree or fatwa in place since 2004, which prohibits the development of such weapons. US envoy links Jeffrey Epstein's influence to international ties. In a separate development, US envoy Tom Barrack commented on the late Jeffrey Epstein. Barrack said that many believe Epstein built his wealth and influence through the international connections with Israel. Hamas military wing voiced support for Hezbollah. The military wing of Hamas, known as Al-Qassam Brigade, has released a video message backing Hezbollah. In the footage, the group expressed confidence in Hezbollah's ongoing campaign against Israel, stating that they believe the mission will complete. Some reject claims about Iran-Israel war's motive. US Senator Lindsey Graham has strongly pushed back against claims that the war with Iran is being driven by Jewish interest. He stated that such accusations are rather misguided or potentially motivated, adding the critics are either misinformed or possess or hatred to President Donald Trump. Ukraine peace efforts slow amid Iran war. Efforts to advance peace talks in Ukraine has reportedly slowed as global attention shifts towards escalating Iran conflict. Diplomatic resources and international focus appears increasingly stretched, raising concern about delay in resolving the ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe. Israel strikes reportedly hit area near Iran's nuclear facility. An airstrike attributed to Israel has reportedly targeted a building within the complex of Iran's Bushehr nuclear facility. According to reports, the strike occurred approximately 350 meters from the reactor itself, raising Syrian concern about potential risk and escalation. Israeli strikes lands near journalist in Lebanon. In Lebanon, an Israeli missile strike reportedly landed dangerously close to the reporter of RT News. The incident highlights the growing risk faced by journalists covering the escalating conflict in the region. John Bolton questioned scope of global conflict. Former US National Security Advisor John Bolton has sparked debate by stating the conflict with Iran is not a European war and the war in Ukraine is not America's war. His remarks reflect ongoing decisions over international military involvements. United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stated that the operations are progressing successfully, saying, "We are winning decisively on our own terms." Continuing his remarks, Pete Hegseth said that the Islamic enemies, noticing that Iran, a Shia-led state, has historically engaged with both Shia and Sunni groups. The President of France, Emmanuel Macron, has possessed deploying a temporary international force in the Middle East, asking for immediate ceasefire. Strikes on Iran's gas field. Several Arab countries have expressed anger over Israel's strikes target a major gas field in South Iran. Frustration is growing over what is seen as the lack of preventive actions by United States. United States signals possible shift on Iran's oil section. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent indicated the sanctions on Iran's oil could be consist. Speaking about development around Kurg Island, he suggests Iranian oil resources could potentially transition into US-controlled assets during clear conditions. Qatar LNG capacity hit by Iranian attack. The CEO of Qatar Energy revealed that an Iranian strike disrupted nearly 17% of country's LPG production rapidly. Repairs are expected to take between 3 to 5 years, raising concern about global energy supply. Tulsi Gabbard denies Israeli pressure on US decision. Former US Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard stated that Israel didn't force the United States into taking action against Iran. Her remarks counter narrative suggestions external pressure influence in US policy. German defense industry warns of missile shortage. The CEO of Rheinmetall has warned that missile supplies could run critically low if the conflict continued to another month. In further comment, the Rheinmetall chief emphasized the need of a balanced defense approach. He noticed the modern system must combine missile gun-based platform interceptor to remain effective in prolonged conflict. The Rheinmetall chief emphasized the need of a United States Defense Secretary warns Iran war cost could rise further. The US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has stated that the proposed $200 billion funding from Iran is not a fixed figure. He warned that the cost could continue to increase as operation expands. Qatar and Turkey call for immediate end of war. Leaders from Qatar and Turkey have joined called an immediate halt to the conflict. The Prime Minister of Qatar and Turkey's Foreign Minister emphasized that the aggression must stop without delay, urging urgent diplomatic intervention. In retaliation to Israeli strike, Iran target Israel's oil refinery. Iran has reportedly launched strikes on a major oil refinery in Israel. The attack marked a significant escalation, directly targeting critical energy infrastructure. Power outage reported in Haifa after strike. Following the strike, widespread power outage has been reported across the parts of Haifa. And all social media posts from 2018 by Pete Hegseth has resurfaced online. In this post, he reportedly used the phrase that make Israel great again. A US fighter jet identified as F-35 fighter jet made an emergency landing in the Middle East after reportedly being hit during a mission over Iran. United States approved major defense deal with Gulf countries. The United States has approved a series of major defense sales to Gulf allies including United Arab Emirates and Qatar. For UAE, package including F-16 munition and updates worth $644 million, long-range radar and integration system costing $4.5 billion, advanced air-to-air missile valued $1.22 billion, and counter-drone system priced at $2.1 billion. Meanwhile, Kuwait is setting a acquired lower-tier air and missile defense radar system is deal with $8 billion. Iran's precision strike reported on Haifa refinery. Iran has reportedly used advanced precision emulation in the strike target on Haifa refinery. Japan warns for global economic impact. The Prime Minister of Japan, Shinai Takeshi, has warned that global economy could face a major shock due to escalation tension with Iran. While Trump praised Japan, criticizing NATO. For President Donald Trump stated that Japan is stepping up while criticizing NATO for not doing enough. Trump claims he urged Israel to avoid energy targets. In further comment, Donald Trump said he had advised Benjamin Netanyahu not to strike oil and gas facilities. He added that such attacks would not be continued, signaling a possible shift in the targeting strategy. IRGC released footage claiming strike on US aircraft. The Islamic Revolutionary Corps IRGC Iran has released footage claiming to show an attack on advanced US fighter jet F-35 Lightning II. IRGC shared a footage of fighter while firing a missile on Israel, shouting that, "For the victim of Epstein Island, we will target the idol of Baal." Netanyahu speaks on Iran and opposition figure. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Iran is weakening and mentioning Reza Pahlavi as potential alternative leadership figure. Well, the latest edition of The Economist features Iran-Israel conflict on its cover page. France rule out role in Strait of Hormuz operation. President Emmanuel Macron stated that France will not participate in any military efforts to reopen Strait of Hormuz. Iranian president criticized Israel by saying, describe the nature of Israel's Zionist regime as the state of terrorism. Masoud Pezeshkian. Spain opposes war on Iran. The Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, has voiced opposition to the conflict. He stated that this war is unjustified, illegal, and causing significant global damage. These are all today's highlights. Thanks for watching East News. 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 News.